today, bringing you guys another YouTube video. And basically, this is going to be my first Swordbrine top 10 list. So, only rules is that there are no nutshell videos or specials, as I can use different animation styles, and that I can have the choppy animation style like I used in the DeviantArt in a nutshell video, or I can spend 1 month animating and working on that special, like the Christmas special. So that's why those won't be on the list. So let's start into this list as fast as we can. And basically, I just want to start us off episode 14 of Swordbrine. And this was right before the revolutionary animation that Swordbrine episode 15 will bring, and lead to all the other episodes after episode 15 to being just as good. The animation was fluent, but not too fluent, and the animation also had a Swordbrine fighting style, unlike Dragon Ball Z fighting style. It didn't even have a flip note style of fighting. It was fluent, and I guess that's all you really need for an episode, along with action-packed fighting. Now, on to our number 9 spot. And our number 9 spot is Swordbrine episode 15. This intro was exhilarating. It was fast, and yeah, it was amazing. The anime does have some copied moments of animation, but yeah, the animation was still fluent in the intro. Along with the fight scene, instead of it having a Swordbrine fighting style, it had more of a normal, typical Flipnote fighting style, and it actually had a Flipnote fighting reference. And it also had good wind effects and smoke effects, and that's why it's number 9. Okay, going on to number 8 is Swordbrine episode 21. Now, the beginning of part of this animation wasn't too good, and yeah, but when it cuts to dark matter fighting against the alien, dark matter and the camera angles and all of it, the wind effects, the bullet being red, dark matter getting shot and thrown, and his head jerking back. It was a cool moment. The transformation, the spinning effects, the wind effects were not the best, but they were still good. It was just an all-around great episode. And yeah, that's why it earns the number 8 spot. Now, time for the number 7 spot, episode 23. Now, there was a lot to say about episode 23. Swordbrine episode 23 showed a short amount of the Swordbrine copy of Sonic Mania opening that I was working on, and that's something that helps it get into the good category, along with dark matter versus white matter. And yeah, the episode when Swordbrine hid into dark matter, when dark matter gave Swordbrine the sword, when Swordbrine charged at Bone Crusher, it was all great animated moments in this episode, and that's why it earns the respected top 7 spot. And now it's time to get into episode 24, which is in the 6th place for this top 10 list. And yeah, so even the intro has nothing to do with how great this episode is. To this day, it has the best spark effects and special effects that the series has ever known. The animation was based off of other Flipnote animations, and I added a few Swordbrine influence parts, but mostly it was based off of Flipnote's animation. And yeah, it was just very fluent, very smooth, and overall another great episode. And now going in to the number 5 spot, we got Swordbrine episode 25. And what makes this animation so awesome is everything about it, really. Now, First of all, it starts off with the fully finished Swordbrine copy of Sonic Mania opening. It was very refreshing. Well, it was very nice for me anyway, to see Swordbrine copied of Sonic, Linus, Tails, and Bone Crusher Knuckles in the fully fledged animation, and it was just cool that I was the first that I know of to do a copied animation type deal of Sonic Mania with different characters. So I just thought that was cool, and yeah, the fight in this was awesome. It had nice special effects, very fast paced, smooth animations, especially in that part where Dark Matter fires the blast at Swordbrine, and Swordbrine cuts the sword and cuts it and then throws the sword at Dark Matter. That was a very smooth part. And yeah, so that's why it earns the number 5th spot. Now on to episode 26. And it's in the 4th spot. And episode 26 was okay. It had the Sonic Mania opening, okay? But that's not the reason why it's in the 3rd spot. It was because of the fluency of the animation where Aethra was spinning around and taking out Dark Matter. The only problem and the reason it isn't higher up on this list is because it was such a short segment that you didn't get enough of it. That's why it's not number 1 or number 2. But yeah, so let's go on to episode 27/26. And the reason why I say episode 27/26 is because the title says episode 26, but it's actually 27. Okay. Now, basically, Steel wants the Matters to fight, and it's in a cool Dragon Ball Z style, but there's so much more to it. The smoke effects, cool sword jabbing with White Matter's tail, time stop effects in a negative way, and the animation was very fluent. Again, nice smoke effects, and yeah, it had Swordbrine influenced, Dragon Ball Z influenced, and Flipnotes influence. And yeah, it was just overall amazing to watch. The light visuals and all that was top notch and great. And now it is time for the number 2 spot. Now the animation here in the intro was top notch again, and it was not copied like the Sonic Mania copy. And that's always a plus, right? The visuals are great. It was very intense animation, top-notchly smooth, and yeah, that's not even the highlight. The highlight was where Lee was eating. It was very smooth and fluent animation, and where he was doing his workout, where he was burning all that pounds, and it was just in a cool, smooth way. The animation was very smooth. Again, this isn't a how cool the animation was top 10 list. It was how smooth the animation was. And parts and bits here and there were very smoothly animated. It was very cool. When Fox was talking, it wasn't the smoothest animation, but it was still a smooth animation. And yeah, that's why it's in the number 2 spot, because of the quality of movement and how smooth it was compared to the super high speed actions of the other episodes. And also when Lee was trying to close the door all the way, that was a smooth part because he was shaking. And yeah, so let's go on to number 1. And number 1 is Swordbrine episode 35. There is a ton of things we can talk with Swordbrine episode 35, where it has great color, visuals, and all that. But we're not here to talk about the visuals, okay? Okay? We're not here to talk about that. We're here to talk about how fluent all the animation was, where Swordtress was powering up, and it had that great blue aurora around her, where Ninja shot that blast, and the kid, I haven't made a name for him yet, got his horn cut off, and it was just all around amazing episode where the sparks were flying when where Swordtress clashed with Ninja, where she used her Scarlet Eye to stop the blast Ninja did on her. And it was all very smooth, awesome animation. And that's why it rightfully deserves the #1 spot. But it always comes that time of day. Wait, what am I doing? What is your favorite animated parts in Swordbrine? Tell me in the comment section down below. Now cue the intro. Okay, thanks. Swordbrine. I don't know why I said that. But anyway, it always comes that time of day when I have to say, bye!